Do you find yourself waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., wondering why you can't just go back to sleep? Does it feel like no matter how tired you are, something stirs you awake in the stillness of the night? This isn't just a coincidence, and it's not simply restlessness or needing a drink of water. It's much more profound than that. You are being called by God. Yes, you are God's chosen one. Let me repeat that. You are chosen by God. This is not an ordinary moment, and by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why you're being awakened, but also learn the 3 crucial things you need to do when God taps you on the shoulder in these sacred hours. This is your time for miracles, and I'll show you how to unlock them. If you're watching this video, it's not a coincidence. It's because you've been chosen by God. You might feel something inside telling you that this message is important. That's because it is. This video isn't for everyone. It's meant for those who are called by God for a special purpose. If you feel that connection, I encourage you to stay until the end, because what I'm about to share could change your life. But here's the thing. If this message doesn't speak to you, that's okay. Not everyone is chosen for this journey, so if you don't feel connected, you can skip this video. God knows who He has chosen, and those who are meant to hear this will feel a deep pull to keep watching. If you're still here, it means this message is for you. Stay with me, because what's coming next will reveal something powerful that you need to hear. Now, before we go any further, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. This isn't just a channel, it's a community for chosen ones like you, where we explore God's call on our lives and how to navigate these spiritual awakenings. Like this video, share it with someone who might be waking up at this sacred time, and comment below, "I am chosen by God." Just say it. I am chosen by God. But first, let's understand why you're waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Because I believe that the more you know, the more you function, and the less you know, the less you function. This is not just another part of your sleep cycle. It's not your body simply adjusting to the night. In fact, this specific time frame is often referred to as the divine hour, or God's watch. You see, these early hours are when the spiritual realm is closest to us, and God is reaching out, inviting you to connect more deeply with Him. It's the time when heaven touches earth, and you are most in tune with God's purpose for your life. In Isaiah 26:9, the prophet says, "My soul yearns for you in the night. In the morning, my spirit longs for you." Waking up at this hour is your spirit responding to God's call. Your body may still be tired, but your soul knows that this is the moment to seek Him, to tune in to the whispers of His voice. The Bible is full of stories where God moved powerfully during the night, and those who were awake to receive His message were transformed. This is the time when your spirit is most alert, free from the distractions of the day. It's not a time to roll over and fall back asleep. It's an invitation from the Almighty. Consider this. Even Jesus understood the significance of this hour. In Luke 6:12, it says, "One of those days, Jesus went out to a mountainside to pray and spent the night praying to God." Jesus knew that the quiet of the night allowed for deeper communion with God. It's no surprise that many of the most significant moments in biblical history happened during these early morning hours. One of the most profound examples of this divine timing is found in the story of Gideon. In Judges 7:19-20, Gideon and his small army attacked the Midianites just after the middle of the watch at the break of dawn, when God gave them victory over their enemies. This battle was won in the night between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. God was working behind the scenes, and those who were awake and attentive were part of His miraculous plan. But this goes even deeper. The Bible tells us that spiritual warfare is most intense during these hours. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Satan and his forces release their schemes under the cover of darkness, and only the chosen ones, like you, are given the strength to stand against them. This is why God wakes you up, to empower you to pray, to protect, and to prepare for what's ahead. You are not just anyone waking up between these hours. You are God's watchman. Ezekiel 33:7 says, "Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me." This means you have a special responsibility. God is placing you on the front lines of spiritual battles, not just for yourself, but for your family, your community, and those connected to you. When you rise during these hours, your spirit is more in tune with His divine purpose. Now, let's get back to why waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is so important. Throughout the Bible, God performed miracles during these early hours. In Exodus 12:29, it was at midnight that God struck down the firstborn of Egypt, leading to the deliverance of the Israelites. Likewise, in Acts 16:25-26, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God around midnight, and suddenly a violent earthquake shook the prison, setting them free. These weren't just ordinary moments, they were moments when God's power moved mightily. And now, God is calling you during these hours. It's not a time for sleep, it's a time for breakthrough. It's your time to receive divine revelation, guidance, and supernatural strength. This is why you are waking up. Just as Jacob wrestled with God through the night and refused to let go until he received his blessing, Genesis 32:24-30, you too are in a divine encounter, wrestling with purpose and preparing for the blessings God has set aside for you. Remember, this is a sacred invitation. So, when you find yourself awake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., know this: you are chosen for something greater. God is not just waking you up, He is calling you into a divine appointment. Stay tuned, because next, I'll share the 3 crucial things you need to do when you wake up during this special time. Let's unlock the miracles waiting for you in the divine hour. Some of you don't realize that failing to act can bring destruction not only upon yourselves, but also upon those who are tied to you. Some of you have been called to safeguard an entire generation, and because of your vigilance, they will walk in the light and truth of God. This is why you must take this role seriously, especially if you frequently wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. without knowing why. Here's the answer. You are chosen, and you are a watchman. Okay, now, what's the first thing you should do every time you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? The very first step is to 1. Try and remember your last dream. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., one of the most crucial steps you can take is to try to remember your last dream. This practice isn't just about recalling a night's imagination. It's a significant spiritual exercise. Throughout biblical history, dreams have served as vital communication channels between God and His chosen people. The Bible is filled with accounts where God conveyed critical messages through dreams, guiding, warning, and even foretelling future events. For instance, take Joseph, the son of Jacob. His dreams not only foretold his own future, but also impacted nations, Genesis 37. Joseph's brothers despised him for his dreams, which showed them bowing down to him. But these dreams were God's way of preparing Joseph for his destiny as a ruler in Egypt, ultimately saving his family during a severe famine. This narrative exemplifies how dreams can be a glimpse into God's broader plan, reinforcing the belief that our dreams may also hold divine messages. In another powerful example, the earthly father of Jesus, also named Joseph, received critical guidance through a dream. When he learned that Mary was pregnant, he contemplated divorcing her quietly. However, in Matthew 1:20, an angel appeared to him in a dream, reassuring him to take Mary as his wife, for the child conceived in her was from the Holy Spirit. This moment was pivotal, not only for Joseph, but for the entire course of human history, showing that dreams can carry life-changing revelations. So, why focus on remembering your dreams? Because they are often God's whispers during our moments of vulnerability and rest. As noted in Proverbs 25:2, "It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings." This means that God may hide messages in our dreams, and it's our responsibility to seek them out. The act of remembering and interpreting our dreams can provide clarity and purpose in our spiritual lives. When you wake up in the early hours, take a moment to sit in stillness. Reflect on your last dream. This is your opportunity to hear God's voice. The Bible encourages us to engage in this reflective practice. Job 33:14 through 16 states, "For God speaks once, yes, twice, yet man does not perceive it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instruction." This verse underscores that God communicates during our deepest slumber, sealing his guidance for our lives. Ignoring these dreams means potentially missing divine instruction essential for our journeys. Consider the example of King Solomon. Before he became the wisest king in history, Solomon had a dream in which God appeared and asked what he desired. 1 Kings 3:5 through 12. Solomon recognized the weight of this divine encounter and humbly requested wisdom rather than riches or power. His response not only led to unparalleled wisdom, but also brought blessings of wealth and peace. This illustrates that understanding and responding to God's messages in dreams can lead to extraordinary blessings. Moreover, the act of waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is often not a mere coincidence or a sign of insomnia. It holds profound spiritual significance. Jesus often prayed during these hours, as noted in Mark 1:35. Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Jesus knew that these quiet moments, free from the day's distractions, were crucial for spiritual communion. This pattern of waking up early to pray has been observed throughout church history, where spiritual leaders found these hours most effective for seeking God's presence. The importance of dreams extends to the realm of spiritual warfare as well. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." Often God awakens his chosen ones during these critical hours to engage in spiritual battle, to pray for themselves, their families, and their communities. Dreams can be symbolic and often carry prophetic meanings. If you dream of a lion, for instance, it might represent Christ, the Lion of Judah, Revelation 5:5, or it could signify an enemy prowling around, 1 Peter 5:8. It's vital to seek discernment to understand what God is revealing through these symbols. As Proverbs 18:21 states, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue," showing us that our words, prayers, and interpretations can shape our realities. For those who find it challenging to remember or interpret their dreams, This is an invitation to cultivate spiritual discernment. Dreams can often be veiled in symbols that require deeper study and prayer to uncover their meanings. As you delve into the scriptures, you will begin to recognize patterns, symbols, and numbers that frequently appear in your dreams, equipping you to decode God's hidden messages. Don't worry if you feel overwhelmed by this task. I've created another video dedicated to explaining the common signs, symbols, and even colors that can appear in your dreams. You'll find it packed with insights that will help you interpret your dreams more effectively. I'll link that video at the end of this one, as well as in the pinned comment and description for easy access. In conclusion, when you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't rush into prayer without first reflecting on your last dream. This moment of contemplation is crucial. It allows you to align your prayers with God's will and understand what specific areas He is calling you to engage in. By doing this, you ensure that your prayers are focused, powerful, and rooted in divine guidance, empowering you to pray from a place of victory and clarity. 2. Meditate. When you find yourself awake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it's essential to embrace this moment as an opportunity for meditation rather than allowing the urge to fall back asleep to overwhelm you. This time, often described as a sacred hour, is when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest, and meditation can help you tap into divine wisdom. Meditation, in a biblical context, isn't merely about emptying the mind, it's about filling it with the truths of God. The Hebrew word for meditate, hagar, means to mutter or to reflect deeply. In Psalm 119, verse 15, the psalmist declares, "I will meditate on your precepts and contemplate your ways." This practice allows you to focus your thoughts on God's word, enabling you to uncover layers of wisdom that may not have been apparent in your waking life. When you meditate, you create an environment of stillness that is conducive to connecting with the Creator of the universe. Just as Jesus often withdrew to solitary places for prayer, Luke 5:16, you too can find clarity and inspiration in silence. This stillness invites God's presence, allowing you to receive revelations that could guide your life and purpose. Consider the great inventors and thinkers throughout history who have harnessed the power of stillness. Albert Einstein famously said, "I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me." His insights often emerged during quiet reflection or moments of solitude, where his mind was free to roam without distraction. This illustrates how stillness can unlock profound ideas and solutions. Similarly, Thomas Edison, another great mind, was known to take power naps, which often led to significant breakthroughs in his inventions. He understood that allowing the mind to rest and meditate on a problem often brought clarity that frantic thinking could not achieve. This aligns with Proverbs 3:5-6, which encourages us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. When you meditate, you are inviting divine understanding into your decision-making processes. The practice of meditation also aids in recalling dreams and understanding their significance. In moments of stillness, your subconscious mind becomes more accessible, allowing you to sift through thoughts, emotions, and images that may have surfaced in your dreams. Job 33:14-15 states, "For God speaks in one way and in two, though man does not perceive it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, then He opens the ears of men and terrifies them with warnings." Through meditation, you can retrieve these warnings or insights and integrate them into your daily life. In your early morning meditation, focus on breathing deeply and allowing your mind to drift toward any lingering images or emotions from your dreams. As you enter this meditative state, pose questions to God. What message do you have for me? Or, what should I focus on today? This act of surrender and inquiry invites the Holy Spirit to reveal truths that may have been obscured during waking hours. Moreover, historical figures like Martin Luther King Jr. recognize the transformative power of meditation and silence. King often engaged in prayer and meditation before making pivotal decisions in the civil rights movement, emphasizing that his strength came from his deep connection with God. The stillness achieved through meditation can also help you process emotions and thoughts that may have arisen in your dreams. Reflecting on your dreams in a calm state allows you to uncover their meanings, such as fears, desires, or unresolved issues. Philippians 4:6-7 encourages us to present our requests to God through prayer and supplication, promising that His peace will guard our hearts and minds. Meditation can be a form of this supplication, where you articulate your concerns and then listen for God's peace and direction. In conclusion, the practice of meditation during these early hours not only enhances your ability to recall dreams, but also aligns you with divine insight and wisdom. By dedicating this time to stillness, you are opening the door to God's voice and the Spirit's guidance, enabling you to engage with your life purpose more profoundly. Embrace these moments of meditation as sacred opportunities to connect with the source of all creation, paving the way for greater clarity, understanding, and direction in your journey as a chosen one. 3. Raise or make declarations. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. presents a sacred opportunity to raise powerful declarations over your life. The Bible emphasizes the profound significance of our words. They hold the power to create or destroy. In Proverbs 18:21, it is stated, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." This verse underscores the importance of consciously choosing our words, especially in the quiet, receptive hours of the early morning. When you wake during this time, understand that your spirit is particularly attuned to the divine, making it the perfect moment to speak life into your situations. In Isaiah 55:11, God declares, "So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose." Your declarations, when rooted in God's promises, carry a similar power. You are not merely speaking, you are aligning your words with the creative force of the universe. Consider this. Job 22:28 reminds us, "You will also declare a thing, and it will be established for you." This means that your words can shape your reality. When you make declarations during this sacred hour, you are not only affirming your faith, but also engaging in a prophetic act that activates divine outcomes. You are a vessel of God's power, and your voice can echo through the heavens, drawing in blessings, favor, and opportunities. Reflect on the life of Nelson Mandela, who often spoke affirmations of hope and freedom during his 27 years of imprisonment. His unwavering declarations for a united South Africa ignited a movement that changed the course of history. Similarly, you can harness the power of your words during these early morning hours to declare your destiny and shift the atmosphere around you. In Mark 11:23, Jesus says, "Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, it will be done for them." This illustrates the necessity of believing in the authority of your declarations. As you make them, visualize the mountains in your life moving away. whether they represent fear, illness, lack, or any other obstacle. Let's examine the tech visionary Elon Musk, who often speaks about his ambitious goals and visions for the future. Whether discussing electric cars or space travel, he makes bold declarations that inspire his teams and the world. These powerful statements not only influence his mindset, but also galvanize others to align with his vision. You too can ignite the energy of those around you by raising declarations that resonate with hope and faith. The key is to be specific in your declarations. For instance, rather than a vague statement like, "I will be successful," declare with precision, "I declare that I will close that important deal today. I will receive divine guidance on my path. I will experience abundance in every area of my life." This specificity adds weight to your words, enabling them to take root in the soil of your spirit and manifest in the physical realm. In Matthew 18:18, Jesus teaches, "Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." This verse emphasizes that your declarations carry eternal significance, binding and loosening the forces at work in your life. Command your morning by declaring favor, health, abundance, and divine direction. Speak to your challenges as if they are already resolved, aligning your mindset with the victory already secured through faith. Another impactful biblical reference is found in 2 Corinthians 4:13, which states, "And since we have the same spirit of faith according to what has been written, I believed and therefore I spoke, we also believe and therefore speak." Your declarations are an act of faith, a response to the truth of God's promises. When you speak, do so with conviction, knowing that your words align with the very essence of creation. Finally, remember that declarations are not one-time events. They are a lifestyle. Subscribe this channel. Good luck.